Welcome to Sengoku Busho Legends, where the spirit of Japan's samurai and the battles of the Sengoku era come alive. Tonight's story, the Battle of Okehazama, a tempest of fate. In the third year of Eiroku, 1560, the land of Owari was engulfed in the ominous shadows of an impending storm. From the east, a formidable host, commanded by Imagawa Yoshimoto, the mighty general and de facto ruler of Suruga and Totomi, marched forth with a grand army, setting his sights upon the smaller domain of Owari. This force, said to number as many as 25,000 or even 45,000 strong, swelled with local lords who pledged allegiance to the Imagawa, including vast numbers of porters and logistical support, making their ranks seem endless. Owari held a significant historical connection for the Imagawa, being a province where Imagawa Ujitoyo once held Nagoya Castle, designated as a Shugo province for the Imagawa clan. Yoshimoto, after inheriting the family headship, had gradually expanded his influence in Mikawa, eventually conquering it. Thus, this invasion was conceived as a means to further broaden Imagawa's territories in Owari, or perhaps to relieve the besieged Oda strongholds encircling Imagawa's forward bases like Narumi Castle and Odaka Castle, with aspirations to even seize the Nagoya Castle area. While it was long believed that Yoshimoto aimed to march on Kyoto and ascend to power, this theory has been questioned in recent years. Instead, it is increasingly suggested that the campaign was part of a long-standing conflict with the Oda clan for control of the Ise Bay. Opposing this immense power was Oda Nobunaga, the fearless lord of Owari. His ability to mobilize troops was severely limited. Many local lords and clans who had only recently been brought under his rule during the unification of Owari adopted a wait-and-see attitude. Some even sided with the Imagawa. On the 12th day of May, Eiroku III, Imagawa Yoshimoto departed from Sunpu with his great army. Arriving at Kutsukake Castle on the 18th, that same night, Matsudaira Motoyasu, later Tokugawa Ieyasu, led the Mikawa forces ahead and successfully delivered provisions to Odaka Castle, a feat that elevated Imagawa's prestige to the very heavens. Upon hearing this alarming news, Oda retinents urged Nobunaga to fortify Kiyosu Castle. Yet Nobunaga, with an audacity that defied all conventional wisdom, rejected their counsel and resolved to meet the enemy at the border. On the 19th day of May, Eiroku III, around 3 a.m., the Imagawa forces, led by Matsudaira Motoyasu and Asahina Yasatomo, launched a furious assault on the Oda strongholds of Marune Fort and Washizu Fort. As dawn broke, black smoke billowed from the forts, signaling their inevitable fall. It was then, within the hallowed halls of Kiyosu Castle, that Nobunaga, receiving word of the assault, suddenly sprang up and began to perform the Kowaka Mai dance, Atsumori. Human life of 50 years, when compared with the life of the lower heaven, is but a fleeting dream. Is there anything that is born and does not perish? With these words, a testament to his ultimate resolve, Nobunaga, accompanied by only 5 pages, departed from Kiyosu Castle around 4 a.m. By 8 a.m., upon reaching Atsuta Shrine, the columns of black smoke rising from Washizu and Marune forts confirmed their dire fate. Around 10 a.m., Nobunaga's forces entered the Zenshoji Fort, an outpost surrounding Narumi Castle, where he assembled a meager force of approximately 2,000 to 3,000 men. Meanwhile, at Marune Fort, the 500-strong Oda garrison, overwhelmed by the fierce assault of the Imagawa vanguard under Matsudaira, sallied forth into a desperate close-quarters battle, resulting in the death of their commander, Sakuma Morishige. Washizu Fort also fell, its defenders slain after a valiant resistance. Elated by these successive victories, Imagawa Yoshimoto's main force, which had been resting and deploying at a place recorded as Okehazama Yama, was said to have celebrated with song and dance. At noon, a small Oda unit of about 30 warriors, led by Sasa Masatsugu and Senshu Shiro, positioned as an advance guard at Nakajima Fort, spurred by the news of Nobunaga's arrival, launched a reckless, solitary attack on the Imagawa vanguard. However, greatly outnumbered, they were fiercely counterattacked and perished valiantly. Then, around 1 p.m., the heavens themselves seemed to rage, unleashing a violent downpour that obscured all vision. Described in the Shincho Koki as hail mixed with rain, indicating a possible hailstorm. Seizing this moment of natural chaos, the Oda forces advanced, bearing down on Yoshimoto's main camp. This advance is debated. Some claim it was a daring surprise attack, the ambush theory, while others contend it was a direct assault from Nakajima Fort, launched frontally as the rain subsided, the frontal attack theory. Although the Imagawa army was said to be 25,000 strong, their forces were dispersed and Yoshimoto's immediate guard was relatively small, making the actual numerical difference between the opposing forces less significant. The Imagawa vanguard, deployed before Yoshimoto's main camp, collapsed without a fight on contact with the Oda forces. The Oda army, capitalizing on this disarray, charged directly towards the Imagawa headquarters. Upon realizing the sudden fierce assault, Imagawa Yoshimoto, protected by 300 of his elite bannermen, abandoned his palanquin and hastily attempted to escape on horseback. However, subjected to 5 unrelenting attacks by the Oda forces, his surrounding guard was gradually decimated. In a deep, marshy area known as Dengaku Kubo, Yoshimoto found himself cornered. Drawing his sword, he fought valiantly himself, cutting the knee of Hattori Katsutada, who made the first thrust. Yet he was ultimately overpowered by Mori Shinsuke and tragically beheaded at the age of 42. Legend says in his final moments, Yoshimoto bit off Mori Shinsuke's left finger. With the death of their supreme commander, Yoshimoto, the Imagawa clan lost its effective leader and numerous influential generals, its once mighty prestige shattered. Conversely, Matsudaira Motoyasu seized the opportunity to declare independence from Imagawa rule, returning to Okazaki Castle. He later forged the Kiyosu alliance with Nobunaga, a pivotal turning point in the Warring States period. Nobunaga, having fully unified Owari, established the foundation for his rapid expansion into Mino and the Kinai region, setting him on the path to ultimate dominion. The Battle of Okehazama, it is argued, was a stroke of immense fortune for Nobunaga. His desperate attack, aimed at reversing a momentary disadvantage without precise knowledge of Yoshimoto's location or movements, coincidentally became a frontal assault on the enemy's main camp, leading to the rare and dramatic death of a prominent daimyo. On the battlefield, whatever its true nature, the fortuitous outcome of this battle and its profound consequences would forever be remembered as a truly fate-changing moment, echoing through the annals of history for generations to come. Thanks for watching. How did you enjoy today's story? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe to discover more epic stories of Japan's Sengoku era.